And we're back with Robert Alexander with Rare Auctions. And Robert, you talked to us in the first segment about some of the auctions that you've got coming up. And are there any tools involved in any of this?
Oh yeah, this Thursday's auction, it's got an Exmark ZTR in it, and quite a bit of woodworking tools in it, and hand tools and so forth like that. And this lady also, she ran a dress shop for about 30 years, so there's about 14, I think it is, clothes racks in this auction as well.
Wow.
And they ought to go really cheap, because that's a glut in the market with that many clothes racks. There's always going to be bargains at an auction like that. And just come out and don't worry about the weather, because like I said, we're going to be mostly indoors, going to have a little bit of a warming trend anyway. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
So at an estate auction like that, obviously, I mean, I'm not trying to stereotype, but usually the men go looking for the tools and the woodworking stuff, and the women tend to look for the domestic things. But there is really something for everybody at an estate auction, isn't there? Often there is. It just, you know, you just look at our website, RobertA.com, and you can see what we are selling, but there's always surprises as well. When you get something that somebody's been there 30 or 35 years, and they're not, I'm not going to say she's a hoarder, but she kept a lot of stuff. So you were surprised at some of the art and some of the things that we, Rembrandt print there, for instance. So a lot of things that you're surprised to find. Well, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's
I've heard that.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So you mentioned your website, so we can go on and preview some of this stuff on there, or just see what you've got going?
Absolutely. You can go on there and take a look. We always have our advertising on our website, of course. And so this is a live auction, so the real estate will sell live and live simulcast. That just means that you can get online and bid on it, or you can come to the auction and bid on it. And we'll be there at 8:30 on Thursday, so you can actually come out and preview it then. It does sell as is and where is, as do all of our auctions, but you can check it out, and we've everything's open, and you can look all around the property and that kind of thing. It's a neat property, and it is going to be a bargain for somebody. It would be a really good investment for somebody, no doubt about it. So,
and that's the one in Reedland on Epperson?
That's the one in Reedland out on Epperson Road. You know, it's if you know where Reedland Middle School is, that's Old Benton Road right there, and you turn left right in front of Reedland Middle School, and it's just a few blocks really down that road.
Okay, so if we're out there, we could kind of scope it out and get online and see some things, and then show up this weekend.
And show up. It's Thursday, actually.
Thursday, this Thursday at 10:07, you said.
Yes.
All right. Well, if you have any questions about this, get online and check it out. Robert, I want to thank you for being here with me today. You've been a wealth of knowledge, and I'm excited about some of that stuff on the inside.
I think you'd enjoy it if you want to come out, enjoy the auction, and get you a preview at 8, like I said, at 8:30. And the other two auctions that we have, the tool auction that we're having at the auction center, all indoors, all that's, you don't have to worry about cold with any of these. It's going to be indoors as well. So
well, if my husband heard you mention tools, I can tell you we will probably be there.
Well, that'd be great. That would be great.
All righty. Well, if you would like to visit this segment of Home Experts, log on to WPSDlocal6.com/homeexperts.
All right, thank you, Robin. We're back with weather impacts. Because of the cold, several warming shelters are open in our area in McCracken County. The Washington Street Baptist Church is open tonight at 739 Washington Street. It's a first come, first served basis. That's due to a lack of volunteers, and this center will not be able to remain open around the clock. In Marshall County, the Joe Creason Community Building at H.H. Lovett Park is open at 1600 Park Avenue in Benton. In Murray, the VFW Post 6291 is open and operating 24 hours. And in Illinois, the Carbondale Warming Center is open 24 hours a day, located at 608 East College Street. And those are just a few of the warming shelters, and we want you to be aware of those so that you have a warm place to go tonight. We've got more listed on our website. All you have to do is go to WPSDlocal6.com and look for this story.
I'll give you one more look down south at some snow on the beach.
Snow on the beach.
Did somebody write a song about that?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Who?
Probably T Swift.
Never heard of her.
Have you ever heard of her?
No. Gulfport, Mississippi, not a place where you typically see that much snow, and it's spreading over toward Pensacola, Destin, all the places that we normally go on vacation to get away from this cold weather. Well, they're dealing with it too. Not often that you see that on radar. In fact, for some parts of the deep south and Gulf Coast, this is the most snow they've had in, for some, 70 years. For others, the most since the 1800s. Crazy stuff there. Here at home, just cold. 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures in the teens, single-digit wind chills for most of us. By later tonight, the temperatures will be taking a big dive back down into the single digits. When you wake up tomorrow morning, probably hanging out between 12 and 14 degrees if we get a little bit of a south breeze that develops overnight. If that wind doesn't materialize, those numbers could easily be 5 or 6 degrees colder tomorrow morning. We'll finally start to warm things up gradually through the rest of the week. 33 tomorrow, 39 on Thursday, and then we head into the weekend. That's when we finally crack into the 40s. In fact, Saturday, not too bad at all, 48 and some sunshine. A little bit of rain on Sunday.
All right, well, thanks for watching Local 6 Midday, and we'll be back tonight with Local 6 at 5 and 6.